Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing this deck which is called the Enchanted Map Oracle Cards. I've actually never heard about these cards and I just want to say that this is so special to me because a viewer has sent them to me, so thank you so much Maria. It means a lot to me that you were thinking of sending them and also sending them to me. It just makes me so... I feel so lucky in that sense because quite a few viewers now have sent me cards and yeah, so it just is just so heartwarming because every time I look at them I'm like, oh, you know, these were sent to me by someone who views my videos, my content. So this is the deck. I'm going to do a review. I have already opened it, so this was absolutely brand new when I received it. It was wrapped in plastic, and then I just wanted to look at the cards beforehand, so I've already opened it, but yeah, it's brand new, and I have to say these are super unique. I've never seen them before. The retail price for these are $21.99 US, or Canadian dollars, it's $28.99. It just seems really... like very like what's the word, like very I don't want to say vintage, but it just seems like really antique. That's the word, antique. I guess maybe that's the very similar terminology. I'm not sure, but yeah, so this is what it looks like, and got a really lovely postcard from Marie as well. And yeah, thank you so much. So let's have a look. Let's review this particular deck. So the best-selling author of Remembering the Future and the Map. So these are oracle cards. You get 54. It comes with a guidebook as well. It's a box that opens up in two pieces like so. The publisher is Hay House. They make a lot of decks. Like, when I say a lot, it's an understatement. They make a lot, they really do. And then it's really beautiful inside. You've got this contrast with this beautiful teal colour. And then on the back as well, you have got some information on the cards. So it says here, imagine between the visible and the unseen is a guiding force that some call spirit, the holy will, the divine, the field of consciousness. Using this deck by Colette Baron Reed will connect you to that larger consciousness and guide you as you travel along the journey of your life. So I describe life as a journey quite a lot on my channel, you know, because sometimes it's about the journey rather than just the destination. That's, you know, essentially what it is. So it's really interesting here that this connects us very much so to the journey of life. And so the themes of these 54 cards represent some of the places you'll visit. Yeah, okay. Things that you might, you know, encounter, allies, challenges. Yep. So yeah, so the enclosed guidebook will help you ask the right questions and interpret the messages in your readings. So these cards were actually created in order to empower you to understand the story of your fate, destiny and free will, and allow you to chart a course to live a life of deep purpose, true prosperity and vibrant love. Wow. So it really gets to the point in regards to that, and I love that they have some examples of the cards as well. I find that to be really useful, especially when, if you were ever purchasing cards, because when I used to purchase cards, what I would find is that I don't really know what the cards look like. So it's always sort of like this gamble at times where you don't really know what's going to be inside, how it looks like. So I like the fact that they have that on there. I think the price is pretty fair. $21.99 US dollars is a pretty good price. You're getting 54 cards and a guidebook. So this is a guidebook. Look at that. Oh, it's informative. It is very informative. I briefly opened this up, as I mentioned. It's got a lot of information. It goes through every single card in depth, but at the beginning it's got a lot in regards to, you know, how to use it, the purpose of the cards, explanation, and it tries to tell you how to do 1 card reading, 3 card reading, a 6 card reading, you know, the soul's intention, and then it goes through every single one of the cards as well. So you've really got, especially if you're a beginner to oracle cards, this is so great because it goes through everything, and you can also use a lot of this information in regards to other cards as well, because once you get a grasp for, you know, using them once, you can, you know, use those techniques for other cards as well. Granted, every deck is very different, but there are some techniques that you can always adapt into other decks as well. So I like that it's got so much information there, especially, you know, with the 1 card readings and Then the 6th card reading, it has all of the bullet points there as well, you know, like past influence, and then the 2nd card would be, you know, the present point of vantage. So it's really got that there, and then you've got all of the cards, and then it really does go into the meanings, both upright and reversed, which again is brilliant. So that is pretty much, I mean, look at the amount of depth that's got. You can tell that a lot of work has gone into this, and a lot of information in it as well, and it tells you a little bit about the author and the artist. So great. I think that this is a brilliant chunk of information. It's not just like filler, it's actually very in depth, and I think that that's wonderful. And then we have the cards. So the back of them looks like this. I think it's super unique. I don't have anything that looks like this. It's very eye-catching. At the same time, it really does. It's very cohesive with the illustrations that you see on the book and also the box. It's, you know, again, it looks very antique, kind of vintagey, you know, like it looks like that basically. And then you've got this like nice sort of eye-catching colour. You've got these love hearts as well. And you've got the signs on here as well. It almost seems to me like this is, you know, opening up. And let's go through this. So one of my cards is a little bit bent, but I think that's because it comes with a plastic thing that goes around it. So I think it just sort of, it's just one of those things. It just happened with the first card. So just something I noticed. But when we look at this, the deck was actually brand new. It had never been opened. So it's just one of those things that happen. So we've got here all of the cards. Now they're all numbered, as you can see here. And of course they're all numbered in, it's not Roman numerals, it's numbered as in, you know, like normal numbers. So that's what we've got here. Beautiful illustration. There's a lot of symbolism I feel that is hidden in every single one of these cards. Like there's so many things to pick up. I mean, you've got here like peacock feather, you've just got so much going on, and then you've got the word. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be really reading the book and connecting each of these cards to the information that they have really found with these cards. I feel like that's also very important, you know, to hear out their interpretation. Wow, you got so much. So you got bone collector, and then it keeps going through. Now the card quality is, I think it's pretty good. It's not like the thickest, but it's also not the thinnest, so I think it's good. That's all I have to say about that. It's really nice and glossy. It doesn't like pick up fingerprints or anything like that, not that I can see from here. Yeah, it seems pretty good. And also illustration wise, yeah, the illustrations are clear, so it's nice. It's got a border around it. I know a lot of people these days, they don't like decks that have borders, which I think is kind of interesting. I mean, I don't really have a preference, and I also wouldn't chop and change my decks to that extent. I know a lot of people cut off borders and things like that. I just like to leave them as they are. So yeah, that is just something to note as well, is that they do have a border. Card quality is great. I think for the price as well, you're getting really good cards. Good quality, well made, well thought through, lots and lots of information. Also with the book, I give this a thumbs up. I think that the actual theme of this deck is also great because, you know, life truly is a journey. I know there are some people that hate that particular phrase, like, oh, a journey. But no, really, I actually think that this is really interesting. I think it's different. I think it's unique. And at the end of the day, when you have so many decks that, you know, start to look like one another, because, you know, there's so many now, so many, having something that does stand out is quite interesting. And these oracle cards, they do stand out. They are very interesting indeed. So you've got the Wizard of Awareness. You've got here, sorry, I can't really read upside down that well. So Gentle Gardener. Well, I can read sometimes. It depends on the font, to be honest. So we've got here Spirit of Place. I think there's a card stuck to it. We've got Goblins. Let me see what this one says. Mountain. I think it's the font as well. But to be honest, I would be reading these upright, so I wouldn't have a problem reading into them. Into the Unknown. Beautiful illustrations come together. I believe that's to come together, yep. Oh, that's so adorable. Stormfields. Rock Bottom. Balancing Act. Slow and Steady. Solitude. Ride the Wave. One Ring Circus. Rescue, Ghostlands. Whoa. I love these illustrations so much. We've got here, I believe this is Magic Stream. If I read any of these wrong, I genuinely do apologise. We've got here Dragon's Lair. I believe that's dragon. It kind of looks a little bit like an O, but I feel like that's a D, just from what I feel like it is, because you have got a dragon there as well. So we've got Flying, Field of Dreams. Yeah, that's definitely a D that we're seeing. We've got here Intention, Golden Palace. Wow. Stuck in the Mud. Yep. We've got here, let's see what this one says, Metamorphosis, Deep Freeze, Home. Ooh, oh my gosh. Gush. Oh my gosh, look at the symbolism in this card. There's just so much going on. I don't know if anyone has seen the show on Netflix. I believe it's called The Big Flower Fight, but the finale, that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to ruin that actual show, but the finale literally reminds me of this card. If you have seen it, you will know. You will just absolutely know what I'm talking about, but that's literally what it just totally reminds me of this. If you haven't seen it, I totally recommend you to watch it. If not, watch the finale and you will know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to this card. It literally reminds me of this so much. We've got here Movement, we've got Coming to Life, we've got Making a Choice, Dry Desert, Magic Prayer, Piece of Joy, Spark, Education, Commitment, Cleaning House, Heal, Heal the Ouch, Protecting Treasure, Follow the Leader, Unexpected Visitors, Wide Open, Details, Strength, Sad Embrace, Coming Apart, Sacred Pool, Wishing Well, Talisman. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that there's actually a talisman card that I've come across. Okay, yes, I'm feeling this deck. I'm definitely feeling it. Compass. Yes, I had a feeling that this was something that really guides, and it sort of yeah, okay, totally cool. So we know where the illustration from the back comes from. It's this very guiding energy, which we know this is what the deck does, is it guides. We've got Moonlight. Oh yes. For those of you that don't know, my name actually means Moonlight. My real name means Moonlight. Yes, there's only 2 decks that I found have a Moonlight card. There's the Enchanted Forest Tarot, that has a Moonlight card, and now it's this deck that has a Moonlight card. I'm so excited. So excited. We've got here Magical Map Shifter, we've got Listening, and we've got here Encouragement as well. Beautiful. Love the giraffes in this deck. So stunning. I love this deck. I'm already feeling so connected to it. I think just going through each of the cards as well, like they just ring true to so many things that I've also seen, like I mentioned with the Netflix documentary. Like it just was like, whoa, you know, I literally saw that last night. And then also, you know, there's a Moonlight card. I just feel so drawn to that. And there's so many amazing cards with the words and the phrases, and you know, the giraffes as well. I love giraffes so much. I used to live in Kenya, so it just feels very personal. And I feel anytime you connect to a deck, like there could be some very like personal things in there that just mean so much, and I think that also just makes an impact and a difference as to how you view the deck. And so this is one that I think is just so special, and as I study this deck and I learn so much more about the meanings and the interpretations, I am definitely, I think, going to learn so much more. So this is my review of the deck. Thumbs up. Honestly, if I had found this and I knew exactly which cards were in it, I would have bought this myself. But sometimes it's really hard because there's so many different decks, and then also when you're looking at decks online as well, you don't always see what cards are in there and what they look like. So you know, it's a little bit challenging sometimes, but I just feel like this was meant to, I don't know, maybe this was meant to just come to me in that sense. And Maria, thank you so much for sending this to me. It's almost like you were just meant to do so. Love this deck, so excited to use it. You will definitely see it on my channel, guaranteed you will see it on my channel. So yeah, this is my review. Love it, and take care everyone. Let me know your thoughts on this particular oracle deck, and yeah, this is it.